Hey guys, I want to let you know that I've come on here to tell you guys that God is moving in such a miraculous way. God is moving and touching people in places that you would think, no, God wouldn't send you there. God wouldn't send one of his followers or one of his vessels to go to a club and minister to people in the club. But I want to let you know, and I want to testify that that's exactly what God did with me on Sunday. Okay, and so just for everyone that knows me or doesn't know me, I lived a life where I was clubbing, raving every single weekend for the majority of my life, okay? It's only been the last 2 years or so where I've completely cut out. I don't go raving, I don't drink, I don't even listen to secular music. And I do that because when you're moving with God and the way and spending time with God the way I have been, certain things don't my spirit don't take to it. So, and I'm also about being sent and not went. So if I'm outside God's will, meaning that he didn't send me to a place and I'm there and I go there, like a club, then I'm gonna expose myself, okay? And so that's a whole nother thing. But I'm here to share a testimony about how God sent me to a day party on Sunday to go and minister to 3 different people. And I want to let you know that God has used me to evangelize. God has used me to give prophetic words to people before. God has used me to stop people on the street and say, hey, God says you're suffering with suicide. You know, like, I want to pray with you. And, you know, like those sorts of things. I have been used and it's been accurate. But I'm telling you, I've never had the prophetic words that God gave me for someone so accurate like the way he gave me on Sunday. It was incredible. I mean, he shocked me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I really do hear from you, Lord. You know, and so I want to let you know that, long story short, I went out with my friends for one of my friends' birthdays. They were going out after. I had already asked God, should I go with them? Because to put God in a box saying that, oh, I'm a Christian, I can't go here, you know, it doesn't really make sense. I'm at a stage now where I can be in environments and I don't want to drink. I don't care for the music. I don't care for this. I'm literally there to do something that God has told me to do, and that has taken time to get to this place. Okay, but what I want to share is that before I actually got to the venue, so God confirmed that I'm going, and I want to let you know that when I said that I was going to the day party, I think all my friends looked at me like, I don't think you understand, this is a party. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm coming. And they're like, okay, right. So anyway, I told like maybe a handful, like 3 of my close friends that if I do go, like I'm on an assignment. You know, God's sending me on an assignment. I'm probably gonna have to pray for someone or speak to someone when I get there. And long behold, when I did get there, before I got there, I was speaking to my sister, and she was like, yeah, like there's going to be more than one, and God is going to use you to release words to them. And so, mind you, God is moving in a way where he is reaching those that you're not going to find in the church, okay? A lot of these people, some were atheists, some believed in God but didn't believe in Jesus, and some was like, yeah, I got baptized as a baby. So, you know, these are not the ones that you're going to find in church on a Sunday, or even that would cross my paths. I mean, he could have sent anyone, but he chose to send me. And I want to let you know that God is so good. God is so powerful. Okay, so I'm going to share 2 out of the 3 that he used me to give words to whilst I was in the club day party. I don't go out. I don't know the difference, whatever. So, I'm like, when I get there, I'm like, Lord, who is it? And he's just like, you're going to know. He tells me, you're going to know when you see them. And so for the first guy that I gave a word to, I kind of knew. And it was, I won't go into that one, but the last 2 were so powerful. It was just unbelievable. So the second girl, I spotted her from afar, and I said, Lord, is it her? I don't know. It's just like, something brought my attention to this girl, obviously the Holy Spirit. And I said, Lord, is it her? And he says, yes. So I'm sitting down and I'm writing everything he's downloading to me. And I'm so happy that I wrote it down before I went to go speak to them, because had I not wrote it down before I went to speak to them, they might have just thought that I'm agreeing with what they're saying, or, you know, just, I don't know, making it up. I have no idea, but it was proof that what God wanted me to tell them, I had already written it down. So their confirmation is going to be like, look, God already told me this. You didn't need to tell, you know? Anyway, let me explain. So, two girls, one of the girls that I went up to, God's like, and the reason why I'm sharing is because she doesn't know me. I don't know her. I don't know if she's going to see this video. If she does, no one's going to know it's her. So, you know, it's a safe place. So, I wrote in my phone and I can just hear the Lord so clearly. Mind you, we're in the middle of a whole bashment rave, okay? Whole like we have Capleton in the background blazing. I'm standing right by the speaker, but the Holy Spirit is so strong. He says to me, she's been condemning herself about something. Tell her she needs to stop. Today is a new day, right? Today is a new beginning for her. And then he goes on to say, there's trouble in the marriage. Trouble in the marriage. Tell her I'm going to restore it, but she needs to start praying. So I'm like, woo. I'm like, Lord, I just feel the Holy, even right now, I feel the Holy Spirit goosebumps. I'm like, Lord, okay, is that it? He's like, yep. So I'm like, cool. I'm acting like a whole stalker. I'm like, waiting for her to be by herself. And I see her walk to the bar. Actually, I lost her for a minute. I'm like, wait, her friend's over here. So I walk to the bar and I find her there. And I see she's by herself. So I'm like, oh, hey, can I speak to you for a minute? And I said, are you a Christian? And she was like, no, but I believe in God. So I said, oh, okay. Can I share a word that God gave me to you? And she's like, yeah, sure. So I start to tell her about the condemnation. And she kind of looks at me like, okay, go on. Like, she kind of went like this. Yeah, like that one hit, right? And then I said to her, are you married? And she says, no. And I said, were you married? And she said, yes. And I said, God says he's going to restore your marriage, but you need to start praying. You need to start praying. And I'm telling you, I felt the Holy Spirit go right through my body. I'm there at the bar shaking like we're about to have church in this whole club, right? And she looks at me and she's like, what's your name? I said, Rachel. She said, I'm Rachel as well. And she says, you really know God. She said, you really know God. And I said, listen, if you didn't believe Jesus was real, I want to let you know Jesus is real. How would I have known any of that? I wouldn't have known it. And she said, yeah, I don't know. How would you know? And I said, Jesus told me. And he wants to encourage you. He wants to encourage you that if you build a relationship with him, if you start crying out to him, start praying to Jesus, that he's going to restore everything that the enemy tried to steal. Ugh. And she was just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, I really needed that. Thank you so much. And let me tell you, I know that sounds like, okay, no, bro, the accuracy. I'm sitting there like, wow, like, oh my gosh, Lord, I really hear from you. I know like it sounds like I'm a bit of a novice. I'm not a novice. I've heard from God my whole life. But to that point and to the level of accuracy that he gave me, it just amazed me so much. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, whoa. I went back and I told my friend and she got Holy Spirit goosebumps all over her in the middle of the club. And I was in the corner shaking like as I do with the Holy Spirit, like literally. And I literally said to one of my friends, like, I could easily go take the mic and we're going to have church right here up in this club. Because I said, do you know how powerful God is? That we can be in a place where the enemy has territory and he will come in there like a whole boss that he is, bigger than that. And he's going to take authority over a place where the enemy thinks he has control. And send one of his sent ones. Oh, I felt the Holy Spirit so strong. I'm going to post it. I don't care because it's authentic. I want to tell you that, oh, God is so good. He is so good. He's going to roll up in a place where the enemy thinks he reigns. And he said, no. It's not your time today. I'm coming in for my chosen ones. Oh, feel the Holy Spirit. And he did. And he really did.